it's Miss Mary at the library. We're going to do story time today on hibernation and winter shadows. We have two great books. We're going to start off first with standing up maybe, doing a little stretch. Maybe a stretch down. Maybe some wiggles, get them out right away before we start. How about we stand up and do our welcome song first and then get some more of those wiggles out. Welcome, welcome everyone. Now we're here, let's have some fun. First we'll clap our hands just so. Then we'll bend and touch our toes. Welcome, welcome everyone. Now you're here, let's have some fun. I think this morning we'll start out with a shadow book. Winter has the coolest shadows, especially if you go during the evening and you stand out there and you can look for the trees. A lot of times they make shadows that almost look like scary human beings. We're gonna read a book called Owl Moon. It's a Caldecott winner, and it is about a little one and a dad that go out looking for owls. Owl Moon. It was late one winter night, long past my bedtime, when Pa and I went owling. There was no wind, the trees stood still as giant statues, and the moon was so bright the sky seemed to shine. Somewhere behind us, a train whistle blew, long and low, like a sad, sad song. Ooh, ooh. I could hear it. Through my woolen cap, Pa pulled down over my ears. A farm dog answered the train, and then a second dog joined in. They sang out train and dogs for a really long time, and when their voices faded away, it was as quiet as a dream. We walked on towards the woods, Pa and I. There's a little fox down here. There's also a little tiny rabbit hiding. Our feet crunched over the crisp snow, and a little gray footprint followed us. Pa made a long shadow, and mine was short and round. I had to run after him every now and then to keep up, and my short, round shadow bumped after me. But I never called out. If you go owling, you have to be quiet. That's what Pa always says. I had been waiting to go owling with Pa for a long, long time. See the beautiful shadows? The shadows of the trees? We reached the line of the pine trees, black and pointy against the sky, and Pa held up his hand. I stopped right where I was and waited. He looked up as if searching for the stars, as if reading a map. There. The moon made his face look like a silvery mass. Then he called out, ooh, 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 ooh. The sound of the great horned owl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Again he called out, and then again. After each call, he was silent. And for a moment we both listened, but there was no answer. Pa shrugged, and I shrugged. At this point, we were a little disappointed. My brothers all said sometimes there is an owl, and sometimes there isn't. But there was a raccoon hiding in the tree. We walked on. I could feel the cold as if someone's icy hands were palmed down on my back, and my nose and the top of my cheeks felt cold and hot all at the same time. But I never said a word. If you go owling, you have to be quiet and make your own heat. We went into the woods. The shadows were the blackest thing I had ever seen. They stained the white snow. My mouth felt furry, for the scarf was over it and it was wet and warm. I didn't ask what kind of things hid beneath the black trees in the middle of the night. When you go owling, you have to be brave. Then he came to a clearing in the dark woods. The moon was high above us. It seemed to fit exactly over the center of the clearing, and the snow below it was whiter than the milk in your cereal bowl. I sighed, and Pa held his hands at that sound. I put my mittens over the scarf over my mouth and listened hard, and then Pa called, "Woo, woo, 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 woo." I listened and looked so hard my ears hurt and my eyes got cloudy with the cold. Pa raised his face to call out again, but before he could open his mouth, an echo came threading its way through the trees. Woo, 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 woo. Pa almost smiled. Then he called back, "Woo, woo, woo, woo," just as he and the owl were talking about supper or about the woods or the moon or the cold. I took my mitten off, the scarf off my mouth, and I almost smiled too. The owl's call came closer from high up in the trees on the edge of the meadow. Nothing in the meadow moved. All of a sudden, an owl's shadow, part of the big tree shadow, lifted off and flew right over us. We watched silently, with heat in our mouths and heat in the words we had not spoken. The shadow hooted again. Pa turned on his big flashlight and caught the owl just as it landed on the branch. For 1 minute, 3 minutes, maybe even 100 minutes, we stared at each other. And then the owl pumped its giant wings and lifted off the branch like a shadow without sound. It flew back into the forest. "Time to go home," Pa said to me. I knew then I could talk. I could even laugh out loud. But I was a shadow as we walked home. When we go owling, we don't need words or warmth or anything but hope. That's what Pa says. The kind of hope that flies on silent wings under a shining owl moon. The end. You know how we just read Owl Moon? I found a little song about shadowing and shadows to remember when our shadows are there and when our shadows are not. See my shadow, it follows me around. When weather is sunny, I see it on the ground. Where's my shadow? Where's my shadow? Oh, where did it go? When the weather is cloudy, can you see it? No. I think we should do the ABC song today, but I don't think you guys should sit down when we do it. I know the weather's really cold outside and we aren't going out as much, or we're so bundled up when we get out there we can hardly move through the snow. So today we're going to do the ABC song twice. The first time we're going to do it, we're going to go back and forth and clap back and forth. I think we can all do that. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Good job, everyone. Now let's try to do it standing on one foot with our hands on our head. Let's see if Miss Mary can do that. I don't know. Let me get ready. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Good job, everyone! For our second book today, we're going to read another winter book, Bear Snores On. This book is about hibernation. I know that's kind of a big word, but it means sleeping through the winter. We're going to read about Bear and all his friends. Bear snores on. In a cave in the wood, in a cave in the woods, in his deep, dark lair, through the long, cold winter, sleeps a giant brown bear. Cuddled in a heap, with his eyes shut tight, he sleeps through the day and he sleeps through the night. The cold wind howls and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. An itty-bitty mouse, pitty-pat tiptoe, creep crawls in the cave. From a fluffy cold snow, Mouse squeaks, too damp, too dank, too dark. So he lights tiny twigs with a small hot spark. The coals pip-pop and the wind doesn't stop, but Bear snores on. Two glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And Hare pops in. "Oh, Mouse," says Hare, "long time no see." So he pops white corn and they brew black tea. Mouse sips, wee slurp. Hare burps, big burps. But Bear snores on. A badger scuffers by, sniff, snuff in the air. I smell yummy yums, perhaps we can share. I brought honey nuts, Badger says with a grin. Let's divvy them up, cozy down, and dig in. And they nibble and they munch with a chew, chop, crunch, but Bear snores on. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor, then a wren and a raven flutter in through the door. Mole mutters, "What a night! What a storm," twitters wren, and everyone clutters in the big bear's den. They tweet and they twit, they chat and they chirper, but Bear snores on in the cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeping through the party in his very own lair. Hare strokes the fire, Mouse seasons the stew. Then a small pepper fleck makes the bear achoo! He blows and he sneezes, the whole crowd freeze. And the bear wakes up. Bear growls and he snarls, Bear roars and he rubbles, Bear jumps and he stomps, Bear growls and he grumbles. You've snuck in my lair and you've all had fun, but me, I was sleeping and I've had none. And he whimpers and he moans and he wails and he groans and the bear blubbers on. Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret, don't fuss. Look, see, we can pop more corn. We have brewed more tea." Bear gulps and he gobbles, he sighs with delight. Then he spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeps up on a crisp, clear dawn, Bear can't sleep, but his friends snore on. The end. Guys, I think we should do one more active thing, just in case it's too cold to get outside. Let's do the beanbag boogie. You might not have a beanbag in your house, but like a stuffed animal or a pillow works really good. You go grab one, hurry up, and I'll get the music ready and we'll get going. I hope you're all ready. Here we go. Remember to move. Get all that blood going in your body.
Put your beanbag on your head.
Oh, on your head.
While you move your body to the sound.
Try to take your hands off.
Now put your beanbag on your shoulder.
Remember, you have two. Either one.
Your beanbag touch the ground.
Or switch it up.
Now put your beanbag on your elbow.
On your elbow. You have two of those also.
Now hold that beanbag in your hand and move it while you can.
How many times can you jump during this?
Everybody jump.
Here we go.
Put your beanbag on your forehead.
On your forehead.
While you move any way you choose. Now put your beanbag on your finger.
On your finger? Which one?
And get your whole self in the groove. Now put your beanbag on your ear.
On your ear?
And let the music make you move. Oh. Now hold that beanbag in your hand and look at
What are we gonna do? We know you guys can shake.
Let me see you shake. Everybody shake.
Here we go.
Put that beanbag on your tummy.
Oh, way back.
Boogie to the sound. Put that beanbag on your back.
On your back. Don't let it hit the ground.
Let it touch the ground. Now put that beanbag on your knee.
On your knee.
And look at
And try to dance.
the sound. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Now hold that beanbag in your hand and look at it while you can. Stomp to the beanbag.
Can you stomp just like a dinosaur?
Stomp the beat and boogie. Come on and stomp to the beanbag.
Good job, guys. That'll have your blood rushing. Guys, I just have a few things left. And normally I would be doing a craft because I am an art teacher. I have a few things that you can pick up at the library and work on if you want. One is called Animals in the Winter, and it's about the animals that hibernate and where They live during the winter, so this would be a fun coloring sheet to pick up. We'll have them in the back probably where all of our coloring sheets are. Then I have this for all you aspiring artists, maybe to finish drawing the owl. And it's got the squares, so you just have to draw exactly what's in this square over here, just like the mirror image of the owl, and that would be kind of fun. Another fun thing to do, you can do this in the house or you can do this outside. Have someone take a flashlight, shine the light at an angle behind you, take your hands, put them like this, shut them, but leave these guys up, your little thumbs up, and then have them shine the flashlight. It'll look like an owl sitting in a tree, and then you can get him to fly, just like in the book, Owl Moon. It's great fun. Well guys, it's just about time to our goodbye song. Can everybody stand out and get your waiver ready? Goodbye, goodbye, see you soon, see you soon, see you soon. Goodbye, goodbye, see you soon on another day. Goodbye from Miss Mary.